Welcome back to another video, everyone. Today I'm going to be giving you the silver bullet strategy that helped me completely leave my job and trade full time. Okay, once you learn this strategy, you will make profits on profits on profits, and you're going to gain so much value from this one video. So make sure you watch it all the way until the end, because I'll be dropping some crazy gems in this video. Right, so let's get started straight away. So what you're going to be doing is only trading the London kill zone session, which is from 7 a.m. until 11 a.m. on a 5-minute time frame. Okay, we're going to be marking out the highs and the lows of Asian session, and then we identify which part of price actually gets liquidated first. As you can see, this is Asian session right here, the blue highlighted area. This is London session right here, as it says L right here, and this is New York session that is forming in live form. And I'm going to be showing you exactly the trade that I took to gain $2,000 on this one actual movement. But just before that, I'm going to be giving you on a fundamental level how the strategy actually works and how you can enter using my exact methods, right? So as you can see, let's say this is Asian session, and we're going to be letting Asian session to do whatever it wants. So this is Asian session, right? And we're going to be letting it actually have its highs, have its lows, whatever. But once it gets to our specific trading time, which is, let's say, our 7 a.m. time, so let's say it got around this time right here, 7 a.m. This is our specific trading time. We need to mark out the highest point and the lowest point of Asia session. As you can see, this would be the highest point, and this would be the lowest point after the trading time, right? So as soon as we actually do mark these out, what we need to do from here on out becomes very, very crucial, which is why I zoomed in for you guys. Okay, you need to find a breakage of structure. You need to first identify which part of price actually gets liquidated first, which means you need to find out which part of price gets swept. So let's say a price done a movement like this and swept Asian sessions highs. This is a very, very good movement, because now we know that Asian highs have actually been swept, right? So we know that Asian sessions has completely been swept, and now what we're looking for is the reversal trade towards the downside. All you need to do now is find a breakage of structure where fractional highs / lows have completely swept the lows, and then we need to reinforce the market structure shift and then find an engulfing candlestick with it if it's possible, right? So all we're looking for now is a market structure shift, right? So we're looking for price action like this, where price actually breaks on itself. Let's move this over. When price actually breaks on itself, giving us a very, very good candle, just like it did right here, and then this will be marked out as our market structure shift, right? I'm going to be explaining what a fractional low and high is later on in this video, right? As soon as we get the market structure shift, we just need to identify the fair value gap, which will overlap with the market structure shift. This will be a fair value gap, and once we do get the fair value gap, all we got to do from here on out is literally just enter straight away. Okay, we're going to be entering a short position from here, and I'm going to be putting my stop loss just below this area right there. Okay, so we're going to be putting the stop loss just above this area and placing our take profit at Asian sessions lows. And as you can see, Asian sessions lows is a very, very good 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio trade, which is an amazing thing that we can actually get started on, right? So now what we need to do is actually wait for price to go back into this area of the FVG, bounce off the fair value gap maybe twice, and I will go up and completely smash our take profit. This is exactly how it runs in the forex markets every single time, and this is exactly how you can cash a trade. But now to move on to the actual charts, where I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can catch trades like I do every single day. As you can see, this looks a little bit more hectic than the normal one, but I'm going to be explaining everything, so no worries, right? So as you can see, Asian sessions right here, there's the highs. I'm going to be marking out all the highs, and there's the lows right here. I'm going to be marking out the lows. But as you can see, there's a certain pattern that you see here. So Asian session actually gives us a very, very weird kind of lows, right? So it gives us a low here, but it also gives us these levels of liquidity right here. And as you can see, these levels of liquidity completely been swept by price. So you can't have your mind always focused on the lowest point of, like, from the indicator. You can also use these lows right here, and as you can see, these lows have completely been swept by price right here. So we're going to mark this out as our liquidity sweep, right? And as soon as we mark this out as our liquidity sweep, now what we need to do is actually identify a market structure shift towards the upside, right? So as you can see, what we're looking for now is a market structure shift, right? So all we need to do from here is find a place where price will actually get swept very, very high, and then it goes back down into the fair value gap. So as you can see right here, there's a very, very good market structure shift place where the fractional high actually got swept, and I'm going to be explaining what a fractional high is in just a second. But anyway, guys, if you've been struggling within trading for a very, very long time, and you have debts or you have things that you need to pay off, listen, Nancy got 529k of 15 years of loan paid off in literally 8 months. just by using MSPAS. Okay, you can read her whole story right here if you actually go down the description and read it. But look, this is what we do: we get you funded, we manage your account, and we get you a payout. You win, we win. Okay, as you can see, we got this person passed, and we got this person Abdul a payout, right? And this can exactly be you. You can start making $13,000. You could start making $19,000, as much as Abdul $2,000. But look, there's a certain thing that you need to do. Spaces are running out very, very fast, so you need to join as fast as possible in the first link in the description before I close down the management. Okay, so make sure you join as fast as possible, and I will get you started on the management straight away. And remember, it's completely free. But now all you've got to do from here is literally find out your fair value gap now, because we've already figured out our market structure shift, which is right here. Now the fair value gap will be from here to here, and as you can see, I'm going to be marking this out. Okay, so you're going to be marking out as fair value gap. And guys, I'm going to stop doing the I'm going to start doing the replayer mode again, so you guys can actually have a better understanding of the strategies, because a lot of people have been messaging me telling me that, can you please bring the replay mode back? And I asked why, and they said it's because they want a live demonstration. I was like, okay, so as soon as you actually put your long position there, you need to put your stop loss at the rejection points right here. First candle after FVG, there's the rejection points. You just need to put it below it, and as you can see, we put our take profit at least a 1-to-3 risk reward ratio. A 1-to-3 would have been here, but at this trade we could have easily gotten a 1-to-6 risk reward ratio trade. And you can actually do this personally within just using this strategy and learning it over and over again. Make sure you do replay the video if you didn't get this strategy, because it's a very, very good one and it always works. But look, if you want to join my mentorship where I teach 2 of my secret strategies that give me payouts like this, and this, make sure you click the second link in the description and I'll get you started on that straight away. But look, I'm going to give you one last demonstration right here of this, and then you're going to understand everything. Okay, so as you can see, this is agent session, and we're going to be waiting for agent session to do whatever it wants. Okay, but once you're letting agent session to do whatever it wants, what you need to figure out is, once you get to specific trading time, which is 7 a.m. once it gets to 7 a.m, what you need to do is start lining your highs and the lows. As you can see, I lined my highs, agent highs and the agent lows, and after that I waited for price to actually sweep one of them two, and as you can see, it swept the highs, but it could have also swept the lows completely, and we would have had to trade the reversal from here. And as you can see, it swept the highs, so we traded the reversal towards the lows, as you can see right here. So what we need to do after we actually see it sweep the highs is figure out the market structure shift, and an engulfing candlestick is a very, very it's a very simple candle, right? I'm going to be explaining it really, really quickly, right? So as you can see, a fractional high and a fractional low are very, very simple candles, and what you need to figure out about them is it's a 3 candle pattern which actually has wicks which are longer than the others. Okay, so as you can see, that's one wick there, and this is another one there, and this is another one there. Now I need you to tell me which one of these 3 is the fractional high. Okay, obviously you're gonna say the middle one because you're just going off logic and it's the highest point right there. But what if I told you, if I move this over now on the same level as this one, if I asked you now which one is the fractional high, which one would you say? Okay, it is still the one in the middle, because the one in the middle is the highest one out of the 3. If price was actually even a little bit like this, then this would not be the fractional high anymore, and this will be the fractional high, right? Which you need to make sure of when you're actually trading, right? So you need to make sure that the actual middle wick is the lowest one or is the highest one. Okay, and that is what a fractional high slash low is. And as soon as you get the fractional high slash low, in this instance fractional low, and get the market structure shift, what you need to do from then on out is very, very simple. You just overlap it with the fair value gap, and then after that you just enter your position and you wait for price to completely smash your take profit. But anyway guys, that's going to be end of this video, because I explained everything very, very well. If you want to join my MSPAS managing community, make sure you join this first link in the description. Very, very limited spaces, so make sure you do join as fast as possible. But anyway guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.